power of the ruling class, and the celestial snake and terrestrial snake both gave them the wisdom and the power to rule over others. That's why you see the kings with that. Or sometimes it's a bar that they are holding this way with a double-headed serpent. So it's a symbol of the nobility, the symbol of the power of the ruling class. This building, this structure, was rebuilt not too long ago, in 1996. It is the tomb of the high priest. Tomb of the high priest. Stairways that end up in heads of snakes. You can see the 7 platforms that conform the structure. And the structure had a passageway that went from the top with the steps across the building all the way to some underground caves which are underneath the structure. In those underground caves, they perform rituals, ceremonies, sacrifices of blood. And in those underground caves, they found a burial with a lot of treasures. That's why they call it the tomb of the high priest. Supposedly for the kings, for the administration of the city, and pyramids, which are also sacred temples, structures of power where the kings and the gods communicated. So this area was protected by a stone wall. It's an area of about 3 to 4 kilometers in size. Chichen Itza, they think that at one point it had a population of 60,000 inhabitants, and the occupation of the site goes from 400 to 1,200 AD. 800 years of occupation of the site. What we are going to see right now in the south is the oldest area, the area that was built before the arrival of the Itza people. Because in Chichen Itza there are 2 times of the
Itza was the Turkey?
No. Itza is a Mayan name of a noble family. Itza. I-T-Z-A. And Itza people came from the south, from an area of a lake called Lake Chichen Itza, which is 70 kilometers from Tikal in Guatemala. And on top of another, faces of the rain god Chag. So we have faces of the rain god Chag and snakes. This is the decoration of this building. This column was up there on top of the roof. Of course, when they rebuilt it, everything was, pieces were on the ground. You just put it together. Authorities put it back together. Control the mind of the masses as religion, based on study the natural phenomena. And they created all these images that were, when they saw them, they were afraid of them. They were impacted by them in order to control them. And of course, they used also the knowledge of the astronomy in order to impact people. You can see a stairway that goes up. And you see the entrance of the temple on top. You can see the lintels of the entrance, the doors. So you have an idea knowledge, you can start rebuilding.
It's not safe.
Reconstructing. The reconstruction work and the excavation.
They get a map.
Almost anywhere. So it's very, very unique. Most of the structures that you find in the cities are rectangular, square, but not that many round. But this one is a very perfectly round structure, perfectly round building. And actually, if you look at it, it looks like an observatory of our time. It looks like a modern observatory. You see doors. There is 4 doors. The door on the left side, you can see part of it, on the left side, facing that way, is the door of the north. The one in front of us, and in the middle of the structure, is the door of the west. The sun sets on this side, is the door of the west. The one on the other side, that you don't see, is the east door. And the one on the right side, facing that way that you don't see, is a south door. So one door for each one of the 4 cardinal points. It's not restored. They have only restored the west side, which is this one, and the north side, which is the one where the phenomenon of the equinox is projected on that side. So this is the side that has a rope. This is the only one that has a rope. So if you climb the pyramid, try to come down on this side, which is the west side, because it has a rope to hold. But I'm telling you this because for most people, it's easier to go up than to come down. Okay?
It's very steep.
Yes. Okay. So let's. That you see far away on the east. It was the building of the government for the what do you call it? Control of the city. The government was there in that structure. It's called Temple of the Warriors on the very top, and Temple of the Thousand Columns at the bottom. Okay, that was the place for the government. The Pyramid of the Sun, which is the most sacred temple of the city, was right here on this side. Across from the Temple of the Sun is the platform of Venus, which is that one over there. The Sun and Venus together, like in the picture. And then on the west side, we have the biggest stadium built by the Maya. Any other place, it doesn't matter if it is Maya or not, but there is no bigger than this one. This one is on the west side. So there are a couple of platforms right in front of us here. One is the platform of the... Before we look at the carvings on the walls. The ball game was a ball game that came from mythical times. You know, actually the first ball game play was not played on the terrestrial level. It was played into the underworld. And the ones who played that game were the sons, they were twins, gemelos, twins, sons of the first father, who was Hunalye, the god of the corn, Hunapu and Ishbalanque. They are the ones who play the game against the lords of death down there in the underworld. And this is written down in the Popol Vuh, which is the sacred book of the Maya. Something to indicate that the people who play the game was people from the nobility. Of course, it would be difficult to play with all that on top of you. So maybe it was for the ceremony that took place before the Court of Mexico in the state of Sonora. There is a game called Ulama de Cadera. That means ulama of the hip, you know. Apparently they exhibit them. And in many monuments in the south, particularly in Yaxchilán you see, and also in Piedras Negras, you see carvings on the monuments showing the ruler, the king, holding the head of the enemy in the hands. And there is a historical text saying the king, bird jaguar, in the year such and such, attacked the other Mayan city of Bonampak and defeated the city and cut the head of the ruler of that place, whose name was whatever. Everything is written down. Okay. Now we go see the other platform. Are beautifully holding a human heart over here. And this is the eagle. Both of them are absorbing the essence of the life of the sacrificial victims. Jaguar and eagle, both of the representations of the gods. And up there, there is the executor that made these sacrifices. And you can see that he's wearing something around the eye, like a goggle, which is something that was worn and very popular in the Valley of Mexico. You see, the architecture of the north, where we are right now, Chichen Itza, is a mixture of Maya and Teotihuacan or Toltec. It's a combination of the two architectures. And a lot of plume serpents, that is also from the Valley of Mexico, from plume serpents. Teotihuacan, exactly, sacred feather from Teotihuacan. Because the model chosen for Chichen Itza was that, to after in order to control the minds of the masses after the year 900 AD. So they thought about Teotihuacan, the great center that had been abandoned in the year 700 AD. Okay, we go this way.
No, dale, créeme, me duele aquí. Bueno, vayan pidiendo en el comedor. Deja que vaya con tu hermana. O bueno, voy yo si quieres. No, voy con tu hermana. Y allá les alcanzamos en el comedor, vayan pidiendo mientras.